Hey guys, what's going on? Jay the Reporter coming to you once again. This time with some more somber news. Coach Don Shula, most famously for being the coach of the 17-0 Miami Dolphins, the 1972 Dolphins, passes away today at the age of 90. Now, for anyone who knows football, knows Don Shula is the winningest coach of all time, hands down. Coached one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and also coached a guy who was pretty influential in my earlier years of my life, Larry Little, who coached at North Carolina Central University. This comes as a little bit of a shock. We were starting to really get back into some type of normalcy, at least in my family. Not too sure about you guys, but we're coming to a little bit more of normalcy in my family now. And then they get hit with this, and a lot of people know how much I love the game of football, especially teaching the game of football is one of my favorite things to be able to do. And I don't really get a chance to say that any coaches, especially those who are on the pro level, have made as much of an impact on me as possibly Don Shula has, just given the fact that I had direct contact with one of his players in more of a mentorship kind of a role. So this one did hurt quite a bit. But just to give you guys a little bit on Don Shula, of course, winningest coach of all time. I believe it was 347 wins for his entire career. Also, his sons are coaching as well, with his youngest son being the quarterback's coach for the Denver Broncos, and then his older son, David Shula, being the Cincinnati head coach from 92 to 96. And of course, his son also played 1 year for Baltimore. But one thing a lot of people tend to forget is that Don Shula was also the coach of the Baltimore Colts during the famous, guarantee game from Joe Namath. I guarantee we're going to win. And of course, the Colts went out and lost that game to the New York Jets. And shortly after that, becoming the coach of the Miami Dolphins. And this one, like I said, hit home a little bit, but just to let you guys really kind of see it, this lets you know how important, one guy can be to a game. And I mean, he hasn't coached, I believe, since 1995. So he hasn't coached since 95, and yet his mark is still on the game. And it's harder to do as a coach than it is as a player, because as a player, we can always remember your moments, but no one remembers your moments as a coach. Like when you think about the Patriots, people are going to remember Brady before they remember Belichick. When you think about the Dallas Cowboys, people think about the triplets before they bring up Jimmy Johnson. So it's the same thing like that. I mean, even when you go to the Steelers, people think of everyone else, think of the players before they think of the coaches. So it's a lot of that same thing that really comes into play. But when you think about the Miami Dolphins, yes, you think of Dan Marino, and then the very next name is not a player. It's the coach, Don Shula. So I want you guys to know a little bit of a homework assignment outside of course, like, share, and subscribing to the channel. But really sit back and look at the history of the NFL and look at the coaches. Take a look and see what you can see in the coaches and everything like that. Because the game is played with players, but the game behind the game is with the guy on the sidelines holding the clipboard. But you guys let me know what you think about not just Don Shula, but also just like list your favorite head coach down in the comment section below. That's something a lot of people don't really get a chance to do. So, think about that down in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. My name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.